Welcome to the second grade text domain, DOK 2 through 4, Question and Answer Guide. This resource is designed to support teachers in building classroom discourse through purposeful questioning and annotation using the Notice and Note framework. In today's classrooms, rigor isn't about giving students harder texts. It's about giving them the right thinking moves to reason deeply about what they read. This guide helps teachers model what that thinking sounds like in authentic second grade language. DOK stands for Depth of Knowledge, a framework for thinking, not difficulty. DOK2 represents skill and concept thinking. Students show understanding by identifying, describing, or explaining. DOK3 represents strategic thinking. Students reason, make connections, and explain how and why. DOK4 represents extended reasoning. Students synthesize, evaluate, and apply learning to new contexts.
As teachers, our goal is to move students through the levels of DOK in conversation, not by labeling questions, but by modeling and prompting deeper reasoning aloud.
This chart provides the language scaffolds that make academic discourse possible. Under DOK2, stems like, I know because, or the text says, so I think, help students express evidence-based understanding. DOK3 stems such as, this shows that, or I think this because, prompt students to connect ideas and infer meaning. DOK4 stems like, after comparing both, I think, or this proves that, invite students to evaluate, justify, and synthesize information. Encourage students to use these stems during turn-in talks, annotation notes, and small group discussions. Over time, this shared language builds confidence and independence in academic reasoning. Every question and model in this guide aligns with a Notice and Note signpost, which identifies key moments in text where readers naturally pause and think. For fiction, those moments include contrast and contradiction, aha moment, tough questions, words of the wiser, again and again, and memory moment. For nonfiction, you'll see contrast and contradictions, extreme or absolute language, numbers and stats, quoted words, word gaps, and big questions. Each color in the guide connects to one of these signposts, helping teachers identify where students can annotate and discuss meaning in real time. The combination of Notice and Note plus DOK questioning creates a powerful routine. Students notice, annotate, question, and explain their reasoning using evidence from text. Each table in the guide represents a single standard, with 3 intentional question levels designed to support classroom discourse. The DOK2 column includes questions that target recall and concept understanding, perfect for first reads and partner annotation. The DOK3 column pushes for reasoning and inference, ideal for guided discussions or written responses. The DOK4 column extends learning through synthesis and evaluation, great for reflection, debate, or written analysis. Let's look at one example. For 2-1b, the DOK2 question asks, what sources could you use to learn about your topic? The DOK3 question builds on that. How do you know which sources are best? Finally, the DOK4 question asks students to evaluate which source gives the clearest information and explain why.
As students move across levels, they're learning to reason out loud, cite evidence naturally, and reflect on how meaning is built. This process turns passive reading into purposeful inquiry.
Here's how to apply the guide in your classroom. Before reading, preview which Notice and Note signpost will likely appear in the text.
During reading, pause at that signpost and use one of the DOK2 or 3 questions to model annotation and thinking aloud.
After reading, invite students to respond to a DOK4 question using sentence stems.
You can do this during shared reading, small group work, or student-led inquiry. Over time, students begin to ask their own questions, annotate more purposefully, and hold deeper peer discussions. That's the ultimate goal. Turning questioning into a culture of reasoning and shared meaning-making. The DOK 2 through 4 Question and Answer Guide is more than a planning tool. It's a conversation framework. It helps teachers model curiosity, structure discourse, and make thinking visible. When paired with notice and note, it transforms questioning from a teacher-driven activity into a student-owned process of noticing, wondering, and reasoning. By integrating these practices daily, we don't just teach reading. We teach students how to think deeply about text and talk about their ideas with purpose.